It's Sparks here, and I finally figured out how to use my freaking school laptop's camera. So I don't know, because you can't really see the top of my head. There we go. I know I look a little disgusting, because my boyfriend's over today, and I had to go to urgent care today. Mostly, for number one reason, is because my eyes look so red, and they were burning and itching so badly earlier. They would not stop watering. And now that I can see my fringe, I cannot stop fixing it. My glasses. Anyway, my boyfriend came over, and we had hot dogs and french fries for lunch today. Lunch was amazing. I woke up at... When did I wake up? I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I really felt like I was going to be sick. And then my mom's alarm was going off too because she wanted to go to church this morning. I went in there, told her I wasn't feeling very good, and then told her her alarm was going off. And then I went back to sleep and I slept on the couch. We cleaned it up though, we cleaned it before we went to go get my boyfriend, so you can't really tell. It's a scuff on the wall. Just noticed I was there. And oh, you guys like my new hoodie? Like my new sweatshirt? Look at how cute! And it falls off my shoulder just right. Ooh, I love Hot Topic shirts. And it's so comfy. On the inside, it looks really warm, but it feels so good. Ooh, I'm wearing this cross print tank top and some yoga pants. Joker Cat isn't going to be at school tomorrow. She has probably strep or tonsillitis, but pray it isn't tonsillitis. And my throat is just raw. My eyes freaking burn, and I've prescribed eye drops for it. Because basically, what the doctor urgent care described it as is my eyes are so red and itchy and irritated, but it's because of pollen or allergens in the air. So basically, we need to invest in a humidifier. They're a humidifier or an air purifying system, and that doesn't sound very appealing. I'm just sitting here on the Beast adding music to my iTunes. So I'm gonna add it onto this computer too. Because since I've never owned an Apple laptop, I've had an iTunes account for a while. But I've never owned an actual Apple laptop. I've never really figured anything out, and I'm just now getting to the point where I'm figuring everything out today. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking over here at the Beast because I'm trying to figure my iTunes out. Because I just found my CDs today while we're cleaning. So, I'm here on the iTunes on this computer, and then using the camera on this computer and using all the other stuff like setting it all up actually on this computer. I look like I have shaved a little bit of my head right here, but I haven't. That's just how my layers work, and some of my layers are really bad because I haven't cut my hair in a while. Person, please answer me. But mom's at work. She got called into work at 10. She worked tonight at 10. She works till 5 in the morning. And I am praying to God that my throat feels better in the morning. And I have some great news. Homecoming's in a week! still cannot believe that this is my senior year in high school. I think I might actually start crying. But last weekend, no, this weekend, on Friday, was our first football game, our first halftime show. And my friend Kat, not Joker Cat, but another cat, was so nice as to walk up to me while we were in full uniform waiting to perform. He said, this is our last first football game. I'm like, oh my god, why would you tell me that? Now I'm gonna start crying. And I actually did start crying, and I actually am starting to cry a little bit right now, making my eye really hurt. But then I walked up to my friend Sen, having like a full-on cry about the situation. I sit there hugging her for like 2 minutes, like, I don't want to leave you guys now. And I felt so bad. It's my senior year and I have to leave them. Oh, I'm crying. Oh dear. No. Get it together. Get it together. But the fact that it's my senior year in high school and that I'm actually starting to grow up a bit more is actually finally starting to sink in. The fact that soon, or later in a few years, or probably a lot later on down the road, I will have been probably engaged, married, and possibly already have a kid on the way, or have a few kids already. That idea terrifies me. Like, straight up terrifies me. And the fact that I'm afraid to talk about this with my mother is sad. The fact that I can use a camera and tell you guys something that I can't even tell my mother is a little bit weird. I've been with my mom, with just me and my mom, for about 5 or 6 years now. The fact that I can't talk to her about the fear of growing up and having her feel like she doesn't understand, having me feel like she doesn't understand what I'm talking about, and she probably does, but I'm too scared to actually go into detail about it with her. But I can go into detail with a camera is a little weird. It's a little sad. I don't want to be that girl that wants to be like Peter Pan and stay young forever, but I also really don't want to grow up at the same time. If I could just stay in this perpetual hormonal teenage stage that I'm at right now, I think I'd be perfectly happy. No, don't get me wrong. I am a pretty decent teenager in the sense that I've never done drugs. I've only taken one lick of brandy and I spat that out immediately at New Year's. I've never smoked and I've never had sex. So, in my eyes, I'm doing pretty damn good for 17 years old. So, the fact that I live in a pretty messed up generation to begin with, where it's all the weirdest trends happening on social media. And I took part in one of these things, and that was the Ice Bucket Challenge, but that was for a good reason. Granted, I did not donate, but I was there to raise awareness. And a suicide prevention walk happened today called Out of the Darkness Suicide Awareness. And my friend and a whole lot of people from the town that I live in got together and ran/walked for awareness of suicide. Suicide is crazy. because there have been way too many attempts in this town where I live in right now. In the past possible month, there has been over 6 attempted, and 1 succeeded, and the whole town is still mourning that loss. We still cannot believe that he is gone. The high school will not hear him drumming or screaming or talking anymore. And we all miss him. We all loved him. We all adored him. And we all miss the other kid that's gone from all other kids that are gone from our lives here. The high school is mourning 3, possibly I think more than 3 beautiful children that could have been at that school. And they could have had the time of their lives. One girl tragically died of PH, which is, I don't remember what it stands for. Gotta look it up for a second. No, I don't want actual PH. I want disease. Thank you. Disease. Haha, thank you. Give me thine disease. What do you stand for? Bing! I hate Bing. The PH stands for pulmonary hypertension. That's when your heart is way too big for your body. And the fact that the girl died when she probably didn't have to is really depressing. They just figured she had allergies or something, and she was on medication for it and everything. She's short of breath. She was short of breath. She had all these symptoms, and since no one really knew or knows what PH is still, she had to die, and she was so good. Her mother is such a sweet person. She has made it her personal goal to make sure that people know and understand what PH is. The other sweet girl that I had the wonderful chance of knowing is our little butterfly. She's no longer with us, which is very tragic because she would have been the best pit member in the Blue Devil Marching Band. She died in a car crash this summer because some idiot 13-year-old decided to get behind the wheel of a car with the 21-year-old in the passenger seat with our dear butterfly in the back seat. She was hanging halfway out the window. A truck, I think, I don't really remember, collided with the car and tossed our little butterfly out the window. She died at the hospital. And I still wish our little butterfly were here. She gave the best hugs compared to her sister. And during that summer, she passed just a few weeks before band camp would have started for her. And the idea of the fact that she missed out on such a fun opportunity because some idiot child decided it'd be fun. The person is now, by the way, going into trial. And I pray that it's a just trial because that should not have happened. And I'm sorry if this is such a depressing video, but I have to get this off my chest because this has been eating away at me for so long. But Our little butterfly made so many special appearances during band camp for those 2 weeks and during all these other events so far. The whole band, like all the band members that had known our little butterfly, swear they saw more butterflies, particularly monarchs, during the 2 weeks of band camp that we were outside. Every time we'd see a butterfly, or even if it wasn't a monarch, we'd go, "Oh, look, Lexi's come to visit us again." And we'd all just sit there watching this butterfly go past one of us. Because for just that one fleeting moment, it feels like she's right there with us, trying to learn all these charts and having all these fun times and laughs with us. And the fact that she's not here really affects the band. Our t-shirts are in memory of her. She would have been in this year's show if she would only have been alive. If some idiot hadn't decided to try and take her life, none of this would have happened. The most recent one was so tragic. This whole town is still recovering. We're still recovering from everything that's happened. This town has been through so much. And we've made it on sheer force of will. Friends cling to friends like lifelines because we don't know how to deal with this on our own. An amazing teenager here in Plattsmouth named Kylan, and along with several other teenagers in this town, are petitioning to get a crisis center put in just because of everything that's happened this past summer, this past year alone. And that might be a big step for this town because God knows we really need a crisis center. Because all the teenagers here, we just can't deal with losing another friend or someone that we knew or someone that we used to know. We can't, and we don't know how to deal with it anymore. The sweet, loud, obnoxious boy who would have been a junior this year, I think, is gone because he felt like he didn't have anyone else to turn to. And I'm not trying to hate. Bullying should not happen, but if you are so low as to make someone think that there is no other way except to kill themselves to get out of it, that's terrible. You should not, like, why would you bully someone so badly as to where they want to end their own lives just to get away from it? And if you feel like you can't deal with it anymore, then talk to someone. I know it's hard to actually admit that you need help. But trust me, the adults in your life are there to help you. They're not there to hurt you. They want to know that you're okay. They want to know that you want them there to help you. If you need it, if you fall down, they want to be there to help you back up. The adults in your life are there for a reason. The friends you have are there for a reason. They're there to support you. They're there to be your lifeline. They're there to be your net when you fall. If you fall, they're there to pick you up. And if you don't feel like your friends or your family or the adults around you are there to do that, then maybe you should get new people in your life. Family, that's understandable because you can't really get rid of them, but have a talk with them saying, hey, I don't really feel like you guys are supporting me very well. Can you please try and help support me a little bit more? Things are a little difficult. Like, I'm having a little bit of difficulties right now. Can you please try and support me more? That's all you have to do. And if you feel like that's not enough, come talk to me. I'm always here to talk to you. There are hotlines, there are lines you can call. There is a limitless amount of opportunities. Use them. I know you don't want to admit that you need help, or some of you don't think you need help. But in some extreme cases, people don't realize that they need help. They realize that they've gotten the help when it's too late. I know this is a depressing video. I know it's a long video. But it's the truth. This shouldn't be happening. It's just a bit sad that all of this is happening and all this keeps happening, and that there's such a high bullying rate in high schools or in schools just everywhere. Anyway, I know this was very depressing and I know it was really long, but I had to get it off my chest and I feel a little better. Maybe I'll get back to the subject next time. I just want to add a shout out to the families of those 3 teenagers. A shout out to the Johnson family for staying strong and making it a personal goal to make people realize that PH is a real thing, that it is taking millions of children's lives every day because they don't know what is happening and their doctors don't even know what it is yet. And for going to speeches and debates and traveling around with your car or the van with Alyssa's legacy on it, with Alyssa's story, and having a Facebook page called Alyssa's Army to stand behind you. I am so proud of everything that you're doing to support Alyssa, and I'm sure that's what she would have wanted. When she was sick and in the hospital and missing, the whole school got behind the family. Hashtag Alyssa's Army was trending on social media. Around the school, there was pink hashtag Alyssa's Army everywhere. There were support Alyssa posters, there were support Alyssa banners, everything and anything. We were DMing Alyssa, we were Facebooking her. We were doing everything in our power to let her know that we were there, we were supporting, we were trying to be as supportive as we could, and we were going to be there when she got home. I love and I miss Alyssa, and I remember when we got that tragic phone call on that Sunday from the school saying that she had passed. I remember gasping and running to this very couch and sobbing. I was friends with her. She was in one of my classes. She was really nice. She was so approachable. You feel like I could go to her for anything. I love and miss and still miss Alyssa. Next shout out would have to go to my dear friend Missy's family. They have lost our little butterfly, Lexi. And to deal with that loss personally of a family member, a sister, for Missy and their little brother was heart-wrenching. After Lexi had passed, Missy would not drive. Her friends, all of us were so supportive of her. We knew we didn't really know what she was going through, but we wanted to be there for her because we loved her and we all loved her little sister. Lexi was so rambunctious and so sweet, and she gave the nicest hugs. They loved Lexi like little sister, and I always will. When I get older, I want to remember our little Lexi bird, our dear little butterfly who passed away this summer. I want to remember her. I need to remember her. Like a simple little monarch butterfly with her birthday on it would mean the world to me. I'm sure it would also mean the world to her sister Missy, and her mother, and her little brother. I saw that family as one of my own, and I still mourn the loss of our little Lexi bird. I wish she was still here with us, but she, Alyssa, and the sweet boy I'll mention next are in better places. And every balloon that is sent is let go by a little child or is sent up into the heavens intentionally. I believe strongly that they are going to them. But we've also received so much rainfall this past whole year here. The angels are really crying because they know that we miss our Alyssa, our Lexi, and our sweet Aaron. The fact that they are gone forever still hasn't hit some of us. The next shout out goes to Aaron's whole family. The fact that this happened shouldn't have happened. They had crisis counseling at the high school for about a week just because of that. Just because of what had happened to Aaron. And it's a sad truth that it did happen, but it shouldn't have had to happen. I'm sorry that this wasn't funny. I'm sorry it was long. And I'm sorry it was depressing about a lot of things, but I had to get it off my chest. So, thanks. If you guys ever need anything, remember I'm always here to talk to you. Leave me a comment. I'll always answer back. I promise. It's my oath to you guys. I love you, and I never want you to ever feel alone. Just remember, me and Joker Cat will always be here. Love you.